Um, what's your favorite kind of pie for Thanksgiving? If you don't mind me asking.
My favorite kind of what?
Pie.
Already we're having the communications problems again. My favorite pie, uh, well, I like chocolate and pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie. So,
What about one that's in the shape of a football? Football pie.
hmm, football pie. Hey, we got plenty of it, so let's dive in. Let's feast.
Let's feast. Oh, baby. Football freaks, gridiron geeks, have no fear because the Horsemen are here in the flesh, baby. What is going on? Happy Wednesday night to each and every single one of you. Tomorrow is my favorite holiday of the year, Thanksgiving, and I know it's probably yours as well, Mr. Tiny Tim, because your Dallas Cowboys are playing. Yes, sir.
Yes, this has been a long standing tradition for many, many years, but right now the Cowboys are on a 3 game Thanksgiving losing streak. Hopefully, they'll break that. We'll get into that just a little bit later. But before I do that, I just want to send my wishes to each and every one of you watching out there. Happy Thanksgiving, spending time with family, with friends, and with football.
Yes, absolutely 100%. Enjoy yourself. Save me some of that pie because I'll eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll eat anything. Lucas will be joining us eventually. He has the link, as does Mr. Sermon. But for the meantime, it's just the two of us. So let's do the recap for week number 11. Pow, pow, pow. Starting out Thursday night, the Titans beat the Packers 27-17. This was a, solid match because PANIC
Yeah,
question mark
maybe.
perhaps. I think it but Packers had a huge victory over the Cowboys this past Sunday, the other Sunday, which gave them hope entering
Right.
this game. I mean, they were 3-point favorites, but the Titans turned out that was far from the case. It looked like the Packers would be able to match the Titans on the scoreboard early when Aaron Rodgers caught Tennessee offsides at the end of the first quarter and found Christian Watson's for that touchdown. And this is Watson's 4th touchdown in 2 weeks. It would have tied the game at 7 had Mason Crosby's extra point not been blocked. Still, the Packers look good, especially after Derrick
Right.
Henry was stuffed on 4th and 1 inside the 5-yard line. Now, the Packers, however, had issues generating consistent offense outside of that one drive in the first quarter, as they netted only 96 yards in the opening half. The Titans were able to move the chains effectively the whole evening. Aside from one throw, Ryan Tannehill, the former Dolphins quarterback himself, he looked like a Hall of Famer out there. Let me just say that. I don't know how that's possible, but it was. And Tannehill had to play the ice game with Austin Hooper. The touchdown put them up by 10. Mr. Rogers, that bad man, needed to respond, but he failed when he overthrew Alan Lazard on 3rd and 3 with 5 minutes and 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, turning the ball over on downs. Titans got the win 27-17. Your thoughts on last Thursday's
the
showdown?
Packers had a chance to really had a chance to really hold on tight, maybe finish NFC North from first place, but it's another little step back for the Packers. They're probably going to be maybe 5 seed, maybe 6 seed, maybe if they keep the way they really got to improve. There's more connection. I mean, connection between Aaron Rodgers and his receivers. I mean, they got the talent. They just got to get it in sync, get it clicking,
Yeah, for sure. As mentioned, Tannehill looked really good. He was 22 of 27 for 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And as for Mr. Aaron Rodgers, he went 24 of 39 for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, later this week, the Packers host the Philadelphia Chickens on Sunday night, and the Titans host the reigning, defending, undisputed AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals. We will talk about those 2 games in just a little bit. Now, as for the Sunday slate of games, let's start out with the Bears and the Falcons. Now, this game, there was offensive fireworks, and that was expected in this game. And that first half did not disappoint. The teams combined for 34 points in a 17-17 tie heading into halftime, as Justin Fields accounted for 2 of those touchdowns, while the Falcons scored on a kickoff return for a touchdown from one Cordero Patterson. The second half told a different story. Yeah, that was an electrifying touchdown run for sure, because I believe he broke some sort of record. I don't know if he broke the kickoff return record, or was it was a kickoff return.
Kickoff returns for touchdowns.
So the second half told a different story. Justin Fields suffered some sort of leg injury when he was crunched into the pocket during the opening snap following the first half, and then he hurt his shoulder as he was hobbling around during the second half. He only rushed for 12 yards, despite rushing for 73 beforehand. He also completed only 7 passes in the second half, and he was responsible for an interception that ended the game at the very end. Justin Fields finished the game with 14 of 21 for 153 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Marcus Mariota, meanwhile, had some issues as well. He went 13 of 20 for 131 yards and a touchdown, but he was fortunate not to be intercepted, as a Chicago player easily dropped an interception very late. This one was back and forth all throughout. 27-24 was the final score from Hotlanta. And those Hotlanta turkeys got the job done once again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Not much to say about that one.
Yep. The Bills and the Browns got moved to Detroit because of a lot of snow. Basically,
Tons
a
of snow.
full-blown blizzard. The Bills dealt with a late flight to Detroit as well as a flu outbreak during the week, which caused them to miss practice. They certainly played as such to begin the game as Cleveland jumped out to a quick 10-3 lead. Stephon Diggs was happy because he got a few touchdowns. I believe he got one. And that helped them to come back to a 13-10 advantage prior to halftime. In the second half, the Bills took over with their running game as Josh Allen could not do anything, and he has, I guess, some sort of a elbow issue. He went 18 of 27 for 197 yards and a touchdown. And Jacoby Brissett, the Browns quarterback, went 28 of 41 for 324 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
31-23 was the final from Detroit. Should have been from Buffalo, but Detroit got the host for that game because of the blizzard. It probably should have been in Buffalo, let's be honest, but they're a little soft. If you're asking me, they're a little soft. They should have played in the snow.
Man, it would have been some kind of huge cleanup to do that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next game, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. The Eagles sabotaged a potential victory against the Commanders on Monday night with countless mistakes, and they did the exact same thing here. They constantly shot themselves in the foot all throughout the afternoon, causing them to trail for most of this game. The trouble started in the first quarter as the Eagles committed 3 penalties on the possession, negating an 18-yard A.J. Brown reception. Later, with the Eagles down 7-3, they had a potential touchdown ruined when a 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line turned into an 8-yard loss because of a botched snap. A bad call from the coaching staff ruined a 3rd and 2 prior to halftime when they called Kenneth Gainwell to run up the middle, and he was predictably stuffed. The second half was kinder to the Eagles, at least to the start. Jalen Hurts, lost a fumble on a strip sack after holding the ball way too long forever in the pocket. A.J. Brown lost a fumble after the Eagles defense obtained a turnover in their favor. Eagles trailed throughout the entire game. Everything changed on that final drive somehow. Something finally went right when Miles Sanders drew a deep pass interference call, and then Hurts converted a 4th down on a sneak and ran it into the end zone a couple plays later. Stats for this game: Jalen Hurts went 18 of 25 for 190 yards and a touchdown. He ran for 86 yards. And Matty Ice, went 23 of 32 for 213 yards and 0 touchdowns. 17-16 was the final score from Indianapolis. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Let's talk about the Patriots and the Jets. This game, let me just say this. This game was an absolute snooze fest. Did you get a chance to see the highlights for this one, Tim?
No, not really, but I didn't have to because I had a bad feeling that it was just going to be the same thing that happens playing Fox
Mm-hmm. Fox, blah, if you're asking me. So this was a 3-3 matchup throughout the whole game. Aside from the final punt return for a touchdown. The Patriots outgained the Jets 297 yards to 103 yards. Jets in the second half only had two total yards of offense in the second half.
Oh my gosh.
That is awful. Special teams managed to get the decisive play with Jonathan Jones scoring on a punt return, the first punt return touchdown in the NFL this year.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yep, the first one of the year. 10-3 was the final score from Fox. Blah. Nothing really too much to say about this one. Rams and the Saints. This game was from New Orleans in the Superdome. Yes, sir. This is a rematch of that NFC Championship game from a few years ago. The Rams haven't exactly responded.
Was not called.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember that. Remember feeling like that was yesterday, man. Let's talk about the Rams, man. This Rams team is lost. They went from the Super Bowl champions to having probably the worst hangover that we've seen in a long time. I mean, I haven't seen a hangover like that.
Super Bowl.
My 21st birthday.
I ain't seen a Super Bowl hangover like that since the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they're choking it away. And the Rams haven't exactly responded well since Jalen Ramsey called out the offense following the loss to the Buccaneers a few weeks ago. They dropped their previous two games, and it hasn't been the offense that's been responsible for their defeat. Jalen Ramsey and the defense could not stop Colt McCoy last week, and they had issues containing Andy Dalton and the Saints this past Sunday. Jalen Ramsey was actually beaten for 2 touchdowns, adding further embarrassment to his comments. Adding insult to injury, Matthew Stafford was lost for his second concussion in as many weeks. He suffered a concussion on a third down sack, which forced him out of action in a close game. Then third-string quarterback Bryce Perkins was able to scramble for a little bit, but looked like he just looked awful. He had no signs of pocket awareness. He'd taken a lot of sacks on crucial downs, and this was a huge downgrade for Stafford, who went 11 of 18 for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bryce Perkins went 5 of 10 for 64 yards. On the other side, Andy Dalton looked pretty good. 21 of 25 for 260 yards and 3 touchdowns. This included a 53-yard bomb to rookie Chris Olave. Yeah. 27-20 was the final.
That's a young receiver that I'm really getting to like right there. That Chris Olave for the Saints. I'm getting to like him a little bit. He may be a Pro Bowler on the rise.
Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, though, Alvin Kamara did not have a big game. He was limited to 42 yards on 12 carries. He only caught 4 passes for 47 total yards. 27-20 was the final from the New Orleans Superdome. The Ravens and the Panthers, this game was yikes. Carolina's defense has played well for the most part this year, and it had a great game plan against Lamar Jackson. The dynamic Baltimore quarterback, who was sick heading into this game, wasn't able to get much better on the ground. He was limited to 31 yards total on 11 scrambles, and he had struggled throwing it at times. His first trip into field goal range was ruined when he threw the ball right to the nose tackle, who snatched the ball out of the air for an interception. It wasn't just Lamar Jackson making mistakes and not being able to scramble. The receiving core for the Ravens barely gave him any help. With the pass protection was an issue, as well as when Ronnie Stanley suffered an injury in the third quarter. In fact, their defense bailed out the offense when it recovered the Shi Smith fumble in a 6-3 heading into the fourth quarter. Baltimore's offense scored at the very end with a 30-yard drive. Lamar Jackson finished with 24 of 33 with 209 yards and an interception. And who was the quarterback? Baker Mayfield got the start for the Panthers. He went 21 of 33 for 196 yards and 2 interceptions. Ravens got the win 13-3. And surprisingly, this was my lock of the week. I'm surprised that this game was such a low-scoring affair, if you're asking me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
13-3 was the final there.
I mean, you think that you think the Ravens defense probably would have done a little bit more. I mean, sometimes you never can tell, but I still trust the Ravens defense.
I do too, and they will be back because I believe the Ravens play the Jaguars this week. So if they need a bounce back game, this is definitely one. This is the one to do it, if you're asking me.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
The Commanders beat the Texans 23-10. This was one of the most lopsided games of the year, and it certainly wasn't expected because the Commanders opened up as a mere 3-point favorites with sharp action coming into Houston. They beat the only undefeated team heading into this year in the Philadelphia Eagles, and things weren't even promising on the first drive as Taylor Heineke crack open that Heineke, lofted one up that was dropped by a Houston defender. On the very next drive, Washington took advantage of Houston's mistake as David Mills unleashed a noodle-armed throw towards the sideline that was interception and taken back for a pick six. This was just an onslaught. By halftime, the Commanders were up 20-0, and they outgained the Texans 246 yards to just 5. Texans only had 5 yards in the first half. Texans could not
win a game with just 5 yards.
No, you can't. You can't, and you won't in this league. The Texans could not move the chains whatsoever because Washington's run defense put the clamps on Dameon Pierce. The rookie was restricted to 2 yards on 6 carries by halftime. His inability to put the team into short yardage opportunities made things extremely difficult for Mills, who continued to struggle until garbage time, which is how Houston scored its 10 points. Taylor Heineke passed for 191 yards, going 15 of 27. And Davis Mills finished with 19 of 33 for 169 nice yards and 2 touchdowns. 23-10 was the final from H-Town. There you go.
Yep.
Let's talk about the Detroit Lions for a second because because the Lions outplayed the New York Giants from start to finish, and they got their third win in a row. The Detroit defense shut out Saquon Barkley and produced 3 turnovers, which the Lions' rushing offense scored on 4 of them. New York is now a game further behind the Eagles in the NFC East, and the Lions gave other teams a blueprint on how to shut down the New York offense. So, Tim, make sure your Cowboys take notes of how to take down Big Blue, if you know what I'm saying. So,
Right.
the Lions took their opening drive down the field for a short field goal. New York responded with a Daniel Jones-led drive that featured him distributing the ball to his receivers, and then he finished the drive with a short rushing touchdown. Graham Gano missed the extra point, so the Giants took the lead 6-3. Midway through the second quarter, Aiden Hutchinson, the second overall pick in the draft, dropped into coverage and made a phenomenal leaping hands catch to pick off Daniel Jones, then returned it 17 yards to set up his offense at the Giants' 18. A few plays later, Jamal Williams charged into the end zone for his 10th touchdown of the season, and the Lions took a 10-6 lead. Jared Goff hit Amon-Ra St. Brown for a couple of completions totaling 50 yards, and Williams scored again from a yard out. Detroit had the lead 17-6 at halftime. To open the third quarter, the Lions had a kick return near midfield, and their offense was hot with a key conversion to one Tom Kennedy. Then Detroit's ground games started stuffing the ball down the throat of New York before Williams scored again to put them up 24-6. And then early in the fourth quarter, Jones hits Richie James for 19 yards. Matt Breida scores one up the middle to make it 24-12. And somehow, some way, the Lions got the win 31-18. Jared Goff was 17 of 26 for 156 yards. Daniel Jones was 24 of 44 for 341 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, and 1 on the ground. Final from New York, 31-18 in favor of the Detroit Lions. Yes, sir. Love to see it.
Watch out, because tomorrow, they're going to have their hands full tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they are. Now, Raiders and Broncos. This game was close all throughout. Denver and Las Vegas have been among the most disappointing teams in the NFL this season. This game continued that depressing year for the Broncos. The Raiders hurt their draft position with their third win of the season, even though Denver outplayed them for the majority of the game. Conversely, the heat under the seat of Nathaniel Hackett figures to increase because Denver was swept by a really bad Las Vegas Raiders team. This game was 16-16, really close all throughout, heading into overtime. But in overtime, Derek Carr found Devontae Adams wide open in the end zone after one Pat Surtain II PS2 blew the coverage, and that allowed the Raiders to get a walk-off touchdown for the victory. 22-16 was the final there. Derek Carr went 23 of 37 for 307 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Russell Wilson went 24 of 31 for 247 yards. So there we go. Love to see that.
Wow.
Let's talk about the biggest blowout of the week. as it was your Dallas Cowboys defeating the Minnesota Vikings 40-3. What do you got to say about that? I want to hear you.
Well,
I want to hear what you have to say about this.
Well, first of all, I want to hear what Jimmy has to say.
Oh, you want to hear Jimmy? You want to hear what Jimmy has to say? Well,
yeah.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, that's right, baby. How about them Cowboys? You know, I swore that this game was going to be neck and neck all the way. I mean, Minnesota was tied with the Eagles for the best record in the whole NFC. They looked pretty stout. They were pretty strong. But then here comes that dominating defense of the Dallas Cowboys, led by number 11, straight out of heaven, Michael Parsons. Oh my gosh. I mean, you must now, I mean, they said Cousins 7 times. 7 times they sacked Kirk Cousins. Defense came through. Dak did great. Let me see the stats here from the game here. Dak went 22 of 5 for a total of 276 yards. And he threw in a couple of touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns actually went to Tony Pollard, who had a little. He only rushed for 80 yards, but he went for over 100 yards receiving. So I guess Tony Pollard can be a dual threat right there. Like I said, Kirk Cousins sacked 7 times, and oh my goodness, nobody saw the result that was coming. It was just eating it all up. Nobody saw this, and now Cowboys are looking to break a 3-game Thanksgiving losing streak. We'll talk about that a little bit later. What is about this one?
Well, you pretty much said what needed to be said, but the end result is this. The Cowboys outgained the Vikings in so many different ways because the Cowboys had 458 yards on offense compared to Minnesota's 183.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Kirk Cousins barely completed half of his passes, going 12 of 23 for 105 yards. And I got to say, Kirk Cousins is the worst quarterback in the NFL with dealing with pressure, as he completed 42% of his passes while under duress heading into this game. And that will continue to be the theme for the Vikings whenever they play a defense with an elite pass rush, just like your Dallas Cowboys.
That's right, baby.
That's right. Tony Pollard, gotta say, he's looking really good. Tony Pollard, who do you think is going to be the starter this week? Is it going to be Pollard or is it going to be Zeke?
Looking real good. Well, they'll probably start Zeke. I think once again, Pollard will get most of the load.
Cannot wait to see that. And this was a blowout. It was so bad that they switched the CBS feed from that game over to the Steelers and the Bengals game. Speaking of which, the Bengals beat the Steelers 37-30. It kind of sucks that Lucas isn't here to talk about it because I would love to hear what he has to say. And I believe he has a bet he has to do for one masked Deadly Dashy.
Dashy. Yes, Dashy. Hopefully, if LC can get here, he'll have to head off. Maybe he'll pay it off right here, or maybe in one of the videos on his channel. I don't know. But
hopefully it's tonight.
But I'll say one thing, awesome. Dashy. Those uniforms that the Bengals were wearing, I'm sorry, I don't like them. You might
You
call
don't
them
like the all
the
whites.
Cincinnati Zebras.
You don't like the
No,
whites.
no.
Say right
Who
there.
they? That's right.
Let's effing go. That's right. Pittsburgh's defense improved greatly last week with TJ Watt returning from injury, but he was not as much of a factor in this game. He made a great interception on what was one of the best plays I've seen from a defensive lineman, as one of the CBS announcers put it. However, he didn't get much pressure on Joe Burrow, as Lael Collins did a good job of keeping him out of the backfield. With Joe Burrow having more time in the pocket than expected, the third-year pro sliced and diced Pittsburgh belittled secondary as he finished for 24 of 39 for 355 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, with the second pick being tipped. Burrow was absolutely terrific, but it's the offensive line here that should be praised the most. Burrow's pass protection has struggled all year, but perhaps the bye week allowed the blocking unit to gel together. If so, it'll be extremely difficult to beat Cincinnati down the stretch once again. So I think the Bengals got a very, very decisive victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. As Kenny Pickett, on the other hand, he actually looked all right. He went 25 of 42 for 265 yards and a touchdown. But in the second half, he did struggle a little bit, but that wasn't all his fault because his offensive line is not really too bad. So, Bengals beat the Steelers 37 to 30 was the final there. And then Sunday night, it was a matchup for the ages, I thought. Chiefs Chargers from Los Angeles. If the Chargers couldn't defeat the Chiefs under these conditions, they'll never be able to do so in a late season, meaning the Chiefs were already down Juju Smith-Schuster. They were out. They were without Mecole Hardman. They lost Kadarius Toney to a hamstring injury in the opening half. The remaining receivers spent time dropping passes in early stages of the game. The Chiefs were able to put a pair of consecutive 3-and-outs, which is extremely uncommon for this team. The Chargers offense, meanwhile, was looking okay. I mean, Mike Williams aggravated an injury that made him lose took him out for the rest of the game. Keenan Allen just came back this game after being injured for the majority of the first half. There was a minute and 40 seconds left in regulation, which is more than enough time for Patrick Mahomes as he connected deep throws to Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Sky Moore. And then Travis Kelce, he had not one, not two, but 3 touchdown passes on Sunday night. All 3 of Mahomes' touchdown passes went to Travis Kelce. 10 targets, 115 yards, and 3 touchdowns. There we go. Mahomes finished the game. He went 20 of 34. He can throw to
anyone.
He can throw to anybody. 20 of 34 for 329 yards and 3 touchdowns. As for Justin Herbert, he went 23 of 30 for 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. 30 to 27 was the final from Los Angeles. All right. Yes.
A little sound maker.
Oh, you got a sound bite too? Look at that. I like that.
Just a little machine here.
A little something. I like that.
Yeah.
And then finally, on Monday night from Viva la Mexico, it was the San Francisco 49ers defeating the Arizona Cardinals 38-10.
And
Nothing
I
really much to
believe
say
that
about
was
this
my
game.
lock of the week.
That was your lock of the week. That was.
Mhm.
Yes, it was. Nothing really much to say about here. I mean, the Cardinals were missing a lot of their offense. They were missing 4 of their offensive linemen in this game. Going up against that San Francisco defense, whew, that is a recipe for disaster, my friend, if you're asking me. Jimmy Garoppolo was near flawless in this game, going 20 of 29 for 228 yards and 4 touchdowns. He was on pace for 300 yards by halftime, but he couldn't get in there because Brock Purdy replaced him for most of the fourth quarter. Garoppolo threw a pair of touchdowns to 2 players, one to Brandon Ayuk and one to George Kittle. Yes, sir. Colt McCoy finished the game going 24 of 34, 218 yards and an interception. 38-10 was the final from Mexico. There we go. Now, as far as biggest winners and losers of the week, who is your biggest winner of the week for this past week? I think I know. I
I'd
know who
have
it
to
is.
say my biggest winner was the Cowboys defense. Cowboys defense.
Just the defense.
They sacked Kirk Cousins 7 times. This defense has just been so red hot this season. I don't think I've seen a Cowboys defense like this since the 92 Cowboys.
Ooh. Dang. Well, my biggest winner is not just the defense, but it is the Dallas Cowboys, 100%. You go up to Minnesota, you absolutely beat the Pine Tar out of one of, if not the best teams in the NFC right now, even though their record is a little sus, if you're asking me. But regardless, Dallas putting up 40 on the Vikings. They couldn't even score. Well, they couldn't even score once. And they have I think going into that game, they had a Vikings. I think their record was they were 8-1 going into the game against the Cowboys. Now they're 8-2, and now they got to face a very tough Patriots team. As far as biggest loser is concerned, who do you got for that?
Zach Wilson.
I'm in agreement.
Because earlier this week he was told that earlier in the week I think he was told that he was not going to be the starter.
It was actually today. Today.
Today.
Biggest losers, if I have to pick losers, because mine's a plural this week, my biggest losers is the entire 2021 quarterback draft class. Aside from Trevor Lawrence, because he had a bye week, but he's still playing for the Jaguars, and they're still a pretty terrible team. Trey Lance, I can't really put him in there because he's hurt. Get well soon. Justin Fields, he had a separated left shoulder, so he's going to be out for quite some time. And then today, you had not one, but 2 of those quarterbacks from the 2021 draft class getting benched. One being Zach Wilson from the Jets, and then Davis Mills from the Texans. Now, Zach Wilson, I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen. I'm not going to lie. I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen. You know, because after all this hype in the offseason, after all this talk about him, being the MILF hunter and whatever, I knew right from the start that he was going to be a bust. Because actually, hold on just a minute, because I saw this stat recently. I'm going to post this. Let me see if I can find it. I posted this on the Discord. So, over the first 20 career starts, we're comparing Zach Wilson to one Jamarcus Russell, okay? So.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Russell.
I'm going there. That's right. I'm going there. The passer rating.
You got
Zach
some balls,
Wilson,
brother.
Mm-hmm. Zach Wilson has a passer rating over 20 starts, 70.7. Jamarcus Russell has 70.6. Passing touchdown to interception, Zach Wilson, 13 of 16. Jamarcus Russell, 15 of 13. Completion percentage, Zach Wilson, 55.6. Jamarcus Russell, 52.1. Yards per attempt, 6.3 for Zach Wilson, 6.2 for Jamarcus Russell. Win-loss record, 8 of 12. 8 wins, 12 losses for Zach Wilson, 6 of 14 for one Jamarcus Russell.
I guess that should tell everyone who the biggest quarterback draft bust of all time was.
Thank you. Thank you. Been saying that for weeks now. Nobody wanted to admit it. Nobody wanted to say it. But the fact is, he's on pace to becoming a bust. Now, as far as Davis Mills is concerned, as far as Davis Mills is concerned, I mean, they're the Texans. They're one of the worst. They're one of, if not the worst team in the NFL right now. They got to make a change at some point. Kind of wish that it wasn't against the Dolphins, but I'm kind of glad it is, because we'll be talking about that game in just a little bit. Now, so I guess you want to get a head start on these picks for week number 12. Lucas, we can fill Lucas in whenever he gets here.
What I do, I want to send shout outs to everybody here.
That's right. You're right.
John,
You're right.
Joshua, how you doing?
Let's do
Latina. Latina. Oh, we got a female watching here.
That's right.
Latina
we got Bill's Mafia,
in California.
That's right.
Hey, baby. We
Bill's
got
Mafia
watching us. Hey,
Joshua
we love you guys.
Zach.
Yes.
Ben, John, Snowman, Godfather Dom. We meet again. Brandon Rogers, Joshua Cook. Welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by. If you guys are new, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Links for those are in the description box down below. And if you want to, that first link in the description is for the Discord. Join the Discord. It is a super happy, fun time. Oh, yeah.
That's right. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
That's right. Hope you stuff yourselves, enjoy yourselves, eat lots of turkey, and watch lots of football. That's right. Now, let's get down to it. Week number 12 starts out Thursday afternoon after the parade is over. We start out in Detroit, as it is the Buffalo Bills in the second week in a row playing in Detroit, as it is the Bills playing the Detroit Lions. I don't have the referee count, so Lucas is going to have to fill us in on that whenever he pops in. The Bills, I believe, are favorites. They obviously have to be. I mean, they're one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Let me see if I can pull it up. So I have the list from the other group that we're in. Bills are 9.5-point favorites. Hopefully that's right. We're just going to roll with it for the meantime.
I can't really take the word.
I'm just going to roll with it.
Right.
9.5-point favorites. The announcers for this game, we got Jim Nance and Tony Romo on the call. And the referees, let me pull it up. 12. We have Bills Lions. It's going to be Cleet Blakeman.
Communication problem.
Cleet Blakeman is the referee. So, Tim, who do you got winning this one between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit
the Cleet
Lions?
man.
His name is Cleet.
All right. Okay. Well, it was like Detroit. I remember the last time Detroit actually won a Thanksgiving. Every season go using and losing, and this time they got a huge battle against the Buffalo Bills. Next, this is my points break game of the week.
Oh.
I believe that Detroit will cover the spread. However, I got the Bills sitting out, so give me the Bills on Thanksgiving at Detroit by a score of 31-24, and I'm on circle wagons with the Buffalo Bills.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time!
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
I love that clip. All right. So this has the makings for a game with a lot of offense. Both teams can score, but the Bills can really score, if you know what I mean. They will put up a big number here as Josh Allen wins his second straight game in Detroit after beating the Browns last week in the same building. The track is fast and the Bills can fly. The Lions will not keep up. This is not my lock of the week, but I got the Bills winning convincingly. The final score from Detroit is going to be Buffalo 40, Detroit 24.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time!
Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
Because nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. Okay, next game on the list, we have your game. It is the New York Football Giants, Big Blue as they are called respectively, against America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to save you for last because this is your game. So, the Giants are coming off a horrible showing at home against the Lions, which means they might have been looking ahead to this one. They might have been overshadowing their opponent, the Lions, last week, or dumbing down to their competition, perhaps. Regardless, the Cowboys righted things in their blowout victory over the Vikings. The defense dominated, and it will dominate here again. The Giants are way too limited on offense. I'm going to go with them boys to get the final score, to get the win on Thanksgiving, breaking their losing streak. Give me the Cowboys to beat the Giants 31-14. Say it, Jimmy.
How about them Cowboys?
Yes, sir. Now, Tim, it's your turn.
All right.
Talk about them.
Oh, yeah. Well, Cowboys are coming off, of course, the coming off their biggest road victory in team history when they went to Minnesota and just slayed the hell out of those Vikings by a score of 40-3. Now the Cowboys have to break a 3-game Thanksgiving losing streak. In 2019, they were defeated single-handedly by their former teammate Cole Beasley and the rest of those aforementioned Buffalo Bills. Then in 2020, the Cowboys had the lead after the third quarter, a convincing lead, but they squandered it all away to the Washington football team. That's what they're called then. And then last year, they got totally shocked by the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, this week, I just see a change coming on. I believe the Cowboys will break the 3-game Thanksgiving lose streak. They got the Giants coming in here. They took care of Daniel Jones the first time they met earlier this season. I don't see anything different. It's going to be terrible. I see. Well, actually, I'll tell you right now, the Cowboys lead the NFL with 42 quarterback sacks. That is pretty serious right there. And I could see probably 42. That leads the NFL. And I can see them adding on a few more this week. Yeah, I can see them adding a few more this week. I'm going to predict 5 total sacks on Daniel Jones this week. Zeke, I got this jersey earlier today, or actually I got it earlier yesterday. I'll be wearing this tomorrow. We got to feed Zeke, and of course we got Tony Paul. He's pretty darn good too. Wide receivers going to do their thing. We got to convert turnovers into touchdowns. Defense is just going to kill those Giants. Give me the Cowboys to break their 3-game Thanksgiving losing streak. Cowboys 33, Giants 17. Jimmy!
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Yes, sir. Forgot to mention Dallas.
Daddy.
Dallas is 9.5-point favorites, and the referee is Scott Novak. And the announcers are Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson. So you get the A-team from Fox. There we go.
All right.
Now, when it comes to the later game, it is the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings. This game is in Minnesota. The Vikings are 2.5-point favorites. The referee is Alex Kemp. And the announcers are Mike Tirico, Tony Dungy, and Jason Garrett. The clapper. He's calling a game. I'll be damned. All right. I'm going to go first in this one, if you don't mind. Okay. So,
go ahead.
The Vikings were absolutely embarrassed Sunday at home, getting blown out by the Dallas Cowboys. Will they bounce back here, though, against the Patriots, who couldn't muster up a single touchdown aside from that punt return? New England's offense is struggling, but their defense is playing well. Patriots' offense is bad. Vikings is pretty meh. They're 8-2, but they should realistically be somewhere around like 6-4, if we're being honest.
Right.
But, however, it is prime time. It is Kirk Cousins. Vikings are the favorite.
Right.
Not to me. Sound the alarm. That's right. I'm going with the devil I know more than the devil I don't know. Give me the Patriots to beat the Vikings. Primetime Kirk Cousins will strike again. 24-14. Give me the Pats.
Oh,
exactly.
man.
Exactly.
Well,
thoughts again.
I've been kind of going through this back and forth, and the Patriots are good, but they're not that good because I don't think you want to go up against an angry Kirk Cousins, even though he is not very good in prime time. He is going to be very angry, and I think he and the rest of the guys, the great receivers, Justin Jefferson moving on up, Adam hooked on a Thielen, ooga shaka, ooga, ooga, ooga shaka, ooga, ooga. I'm actually going with the Vikings on this one. Give me the Vikings to take down the Patriots by a late field goal. Vikings 27, Patriots 24.
Oh, okay. All right. Next up, we got my game. It is the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. This game is from Miami. The Dolphins are, oh my goodness, 13-point favorites. When was the last time that happened?
Yeah.
Dolphins are 13-point favorites. Wow. Jerome Boger is the referee.
Probably days. I was going to say probably in the days of Marino and Duper.
Damn. Jerome Boger is the referee, and the announcers for this game. Oh, geez. We got the Spiro Adidas on the call and Jay Feely. So, Tim, who you got?
See me, Feely. I don't think there's anything much to say about this. I mean, this is going to be a blowout of huge proportions. To a time he's looking so good. Receivers are really starting to sink in. Miami, our course to win their division. I think I did pick Miami to go into the AFC playoffs this year. Houston is just garbage, trash, crap, shit, whatever you want to call it.
Dookie.
So I'm taking Miami in fashion. Yeah. I'm taking the Dolphins in a convincing fashion, 41-13. But not only that, fins up and lock.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
Yes, sir. Love it.
I
Absolutely
knew you'd
love
like
it,
that,
man.
brother.
Absolutely love it, man. Dolphins were coming off the bye week as big favorites. The Texans already made the change at quarterback. It's not going to be Davis Mills. It's going to be one Kyle Allen getting the start, but it's not going to matter here. The Dolphins have been explosive on offense all throughout, and that will not change at all in this one. 2 a time, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. We're going to smoke the ever-living crap out of the Houston Texans, so much so that this is also my lock of
And
the
this
week.
is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
Now get ready for this. My final score, 52-14. Fins up. Baby!
Fins
Oh,
up,
yeah.
brother.
Oh, yeah. All right. Next game on the list we have is the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. This game is in Tennessee. Let me see if I can pull it up. Where's my notes? The Bengals are 1.5 point favorites. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 2.5 point favorites. The referee for this game, Bengals and Titans, is Carl Sheffers, and the announcers are Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. Who you got in this one? Bengals and Titans.
Bengals Titans. This looks like a matchup on paper. I guess it would just depend on. I'm taking the Bengals on this one, but the thing is, it's of Jamar Chase. I mean, this really done something great for the Bengals here in the last couple of years. I'm going to give it 24. That's going to be my final. That's going to be my official score, guy. 27-24. Give me the Bengals over the Titans. But if Chase does play, who knows? It could be a higher victory deficit. It could be a higher advantage for them. But yeah, just see how Chase works out if he plays or not.
Jamar
But,
Chase is playing.
I'll take the Bengals. Okay,
people
so
in the
he
chat
is
are
playing,
saying he is playing.
but I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to stick with my pick. Give me the Bengals 27-24.
All right. Well, this is a rematch from the playoff game last January in which the Bengals upset the Titans on the road. I believe the Titans were the number 1 seed at that point. The Bengals have played much better lately, but they're playing consecutive road games, which is very tough in the NFL, while the Titans will be rested after playing last Thursday night. This one's really, honestly, tough for me to decide. So, I'm going to let fate decide. Where's my coin?
All right.
Where's my coin?
All righty then.
Oh, there it is. I'm going to let fate decide. So, we got the old classic dollar coin. Sacagawea will represent heads. That will be the Cincinnati Bengals. And the eagle on the back will be the Tennessee Titans. I'm surprised I'm not using this for the Broncos for the 3rd straight week. I made that mistake twice, and it did not work out in my favor either one of those times. So I decided to switch it up. I'm using this as my coin flip. Heads Titans, or heads Bengals, tails Titans. Here we go. Baba Booey.
We go, Baba Booey.
Give me the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee by a final of 27-21. Give me Houday. Give me the Bengals.
All right.
Sorry, Foster. All right. Next game on the list. Lucas is on his way back. He just got out of work. He is on his way back. He will join us momentarily.
All right.
Speaking of the Denver Broncos, speaking of my coin flip for the last 2 weeks that did not work out in my favor, let's talk about them. As it is the Broncos and the Panthers, this game is in Carolina. And the Broncos are 2.5-point favorites. The referee for this game is Clay Martin, and the announcers are Chris Myers and Robert Smith on the call. All right.
All right.
So, yeah. This
it
one
looks
is
to me.
The heck?
Hi, guys.
Yes.
Hi, God.
What are you doing?
I'm on my way home.
Okay.
Is it our man?
It is. Well, it is. It's LC Muscles 28.
Hi.
Oh my goodness.
What's going
On
on,
my
brother?
way home. Not much, man. Just got done work.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm on my way home.
Dashy's waiting for your
All right,
bet.
excellent.
I don't know how much I'll be able to do tonight. I know I'm gonna do 2 things. I might just save one of the things for tomorrow and just do a separate video.
Okay.
because I just don't. I know how far are you guys? We're in the 4 o'clock games already, right?
No,
Or the
no,
one-
we're not. We're still in the 1 o'clock games. We went through all three of the Thanksgiving games. We did the Titans and Bengals, the Texans and the Dolphins. Now we're on the Broncos and the Panthers.
Oh wow! So you guys still have a lot to go. I didn't. I thought you guys still had. I thought you guys were almost done by
No,
that.
we did an in-depth recap this week.
Okay, good. That's all. That's good then. I'll try and get everything done, but I have the blazing wings. You guys look. There's the blazing wings and the sauce.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that's one of the things. I had to do 3 things, so yeah. I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna do, or I'm just gonna get home and figure out what to do from there. So,
Okay.
if you want my quick thoughts on the other games for Bills and Lions, Bills are 9.5-point favorites if I last saw it.
Yep.
So Bills and Lions, I like the Bills. The Lions will try and keep this close. I think this actually has a chance of being point spread the game of the week. I don't know if necessarily it will be, but at the end of the day, though, the Lions have been playing pretty well, especially on the road, and we'll see how they do. So you actually make this my point spread game of the week. I think they keep it close to the Bills. I think the Bills off a short week, having to travel to having to stay. They have to go back to Detroit. I don't know if they stayed there or not, but still, I think it's a short week for both teams. If the Lions are coming back home, I feel like they're going to be more prepared.
Yep.
But I still think the Bills get it done. My final would be, I'll go 35-27. Give me the Bills in a high-scoring game.
Ooh.
Jamal Williams has a touchdown. Josh Allen throws to Stephon Diggs for 1. Devin Singletary from FAU gets 1.
Give a hoot, double hoot.
That's right. In Cowboys-Giants, Cowboys are minus 10-point favorites. After the Giants looked absolutely horrible against the Lions on last Sunday, I think the Cowboys are definitely the favorites to win this game. I don't think this game will be as close as the Bills-Lions. Give me the Cowboys to win this game. Final score, I'll say Cowboys 31, Giants 17. Give me the Cowboys.
Nice.
And then Patriots, Vikings. Vikings are 2.5-point favorites. The Patriots offense looked absolutely horrible. They got lucky being the Jets. And I'm surprised that Zach Wilson got benched. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
I'm not.
But,
I'm not.
But because of I agree what he said. It's a good lesson for him to learn, but we'll be back next week. But still, I think it is the game to do it. But anyways, the Patriots and Vikings, realistically, the Vikings are going to come out and just whoop the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots offense is that good. Mac Jones is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league. He has proven that he cannot get the job done. I think he's worse than Mitch Trubisky. He literally barely beat Mitch Trubisky on the road. And then what has he done since then? Realistically, he's gotten benched twice. Mitch Trubisky only got benched once because of Kenny Pickett, but Mac Jones has gotten benched twice. If you look at his stats for the year, dude, he's terrible. He has 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and good God, he just is not that good this year. He looks really bad. Don't worry, B. Zappy looks a lot better. Now, I would like to see Don't Worry, B. Zappy come back in at some point. But Vikings win this game convincingly over the Patriots. My final would be, I'll say 34-14. Give me the Vikings. Ramondre Stevenson gets a late touchdown. I don't think this game is going to be even close. I don't know why it's 2.5.
This was actually my upset pick of the week.
What?
Yep.
How was it your? I'll listen to your. I'll listen.
Because primetime Kirk Cousins is going to show up.
No, I get it's prime time, but dude, after losing the Cowboys 40-3, I think Kirk Cousins is going to get a fire lit in his ass for this game. He's going to outperform expectations. He's going to come out pissed. Jefferson's going to come out pissed. Everyone in the Vikings is going to come out pissed.
Okay.
And then you went through the other games before I go in the house. It's
Houston and Miami.
Houston, Miami.
I will be there, by the way.
Huh? You'll be there?
I will be there. Me and Papa Dukes are going over there.
Oh, nice, dude. I was considering this my lock of the week, but Davis Mills got benched, didn't he, for this?
He did. It's Kyle Allen getting the start.
Oh God, that's bad. Is Matt Stafford playing later against the Chiefs?
Probably not.
I would make Dolphins my lock of the week, but I have to save for later for the Chiefs one. But this is definitely another one I'm going to say this is an easy win for the Dolphins. This game's over by halftime. Dolphins 42, Texans 13. Give me the Dolphins easy. This game's over by halftime. Bengals, Titans, Bengals 2.5. I still don't trust the Titans offense consistently. Their defense has been good, especially against the run. Bengals might not have Joe Mixon, which will hurt them. Man, this would be it's an interesting game, but after what they did to Pittsburgh, I think Cincinnati's going to go on a run here. Even without Joe Mixon, Samaj P. Ryan has proved himself to be more than capable. So give me the Bengals to win. Final score 23-17. This game's close.
Dashy says he doesn't have a concussion.
Oh.
According
I know Joe Mixon did get hurt. Joe Mixon was hurt and he did not return to that game.
Let's see.
And then Broncos Panthers, you guys are on?
Yeah, we are on Broncos Panthers right now.
I'll just go first, and then I gotta go. I'll log back in. I'll be back, and then I'll log on my computer. But Broncos Panthers. Broncos are -2. Bronco country. Let's die.
Cry.
Russell Wilson looks. Let's cry. Russell Wilson looks terrible. They waived Melvin Gordon, so now Latavius Murray's now the starting running back. This is my Tank Bowl game of the week by far. Alex, play the sound effect.
I got two. Which pick one or two, A or B?
B. That was good. That was good.
There we go. I'd play both of them because I felt like it.
There we go. Yeah, give me this game is going to be absolutely terrible. If you watch this, if you go to this game, I feel bad for you. These are probably games where we're like, oh, I have Panthers tickets in my car sitting out my front seat. Oh no, someone broke my car and left 6 more.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, damn it. So yeah,
damn it.
This game, they couldn't give this game away if they even tried. The only thing the Broncos got going for them is they only allow 17.1 points per game, which is third in the league, which is actually insane for a defensive perspective. This is a low-scoring affair. Both teams suck. Broncos barely win. My final, 13-9. Give me the Broncos. Broncos country, let's cry.
Wow.
All right, I'll be back, guys.
Good. Oh, boy. He'll be back in just a second. So, like Lucas said, this is a toilet bowl game for sure. Because if you remember, just not too long ago, these two teams were in the Super Bowl.
Right.
These two teams were in the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning's last ever game. Cam Newton after, that game pretty much led to the downfall of him. But these are two totally different teams right now. This is definitely a toilet bowl game of the week because it has not one but two horrible offenses. Denver has the better defense. So I'm going to go with that. This one's really tough, honestly. Denver has the better offense, but I think at home, I think the Panthers will find a way to get this one. Denver will continue to struggle. I'm going to go with the Panthers to beat the Broncos 17-13. Give me Carolina Panthers. Blue Kitty goes meow, I guess.
This is probably going to be another snooze fest here. I'm taking Panthers at home. Going to be kind of a close game. Give me the Panthers over the Broncos 20-16, and I believe that we are starting to see the beginning of the end of Russell Wilson.
If we haven't already. If we haven't already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry. Black Kitty goes meow. Boom. There we go. Now,
Right.
it is the... Oh, wait, hold on. Foster asks, will Hackett be fired if they lose on Sunday? That's a good question. I don't see that happening, honestly. I think they're going to wait a year. I think they're going to wait until the end of the year to do it.
Yeah.
If they're smart.
Maybe.
But regardless, I got the Panthers beating the Broncos this week. Next game, this one is another toilet bowl, if you're asking me. It's the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets. This game is in New Jersey, if we're being honest. Jets are 4.5-point favorites. The referee is John Hussey and Joe Davis and Daryl Johnston, a.k.a. Moose. There we go. Are on the call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This will not be pretty if Justin Fields can't play. I think it's Mike White. It's going to be the epic quarterback duel of Mike White and Trevor Siemian. Oh, man, I cannot wait to see that one.
Trevor Siemian.
5-point favorites.
Oh,
off by half a point.
So that's off my favorites, actually.
Both offense were severely limited this past week. The Jets have a much better defense, one that's on the verge of being dominant, and I think that will be the difference here no matter who plays at quarterback. Call me crazy, but I'm going to go with the Jets to get this win. Final score is going to be 20-14. Give me the Jets.
All right. The Jets started out as a very surprising team. Now they're starting to be unsurprising, as it seems like they're just going back to JETS just end the season. I mean, it's just going back downhill. And Zach Wilson has been benched. Justin Fields has been great, but if he gets to play, we don't know about that, but there might be a good chance that he will.
Possibly.
Justin Fields has just been all over. He's been all over the field for the last couple of games. This kid is starting to get really good. So if it is Justin Fields, well, actually, I don't even give a rat's ass. Set on the alarm.
Oh, my goodness.
It doesn't matter to me if it's Justin Fields. I don't care if it's Minnesota Trubisky. Hell, I wouldn't care if it was what was that guy's name? I wouldn't care if it was Mike Tomczak. Give me the Bears to beat the Jets in New Jersey 28-20.
Well then. Very, very interesting pick, Mr. Tim. I like it. I like that. Very much so. Now, next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. This game is in our nation's capital. Commanders are 4-point favorites. The referee for this game is Brad Rogers, and the announcers are Amin and Mark Schlereth. Who do you got in this one? Falcons and Commanders.
Falcons got by last week, but I don't think they will. Uh, I could probably Carson Wentz or whoever starter is. I can see him bouncing back a little bit. Be too big of a game. Not going to be much of a game to write home about. I see the Commanders winning and covering. So give me the Command over the Falcons by a simple score of 21-17.
Yeah, this is a playoff game of some sorts. Both teams are still alive. Washington has turned their season around thanks to its defense and also to crack open that Heineke, baby. He is also making some timely plays, my man. Falcons are limited on offense, which will be the difference in this one. I think the Washington Commanders stay hot. Give me the Commanders to beat the Falcons by a final of 27-17. There we go. Next up, this one's going to be an interesting one. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Cleveland Browns. This game is in Cleveland. The Bucs are 3.5-point favorites. The referee is Blake. And the announcers are Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma. I will go first here, if you don't mind. The Bucs are coming off of the bye week.
Go ahead, sir.
Are still in first place, seemingly ready to get their season going like they expected. They're getting healthier, and that will matter down the stretch, starting in this one right here. The Browns are bad on defense, so look for Tom Brady, the GOAT, to have a solid day. The Browns' running game is limited, so I think the Bucs take it convincingly. Give me the Bucs to beat the Browns. Final 31. I'm going to go 31-17. Give me the Buccaneers.
That sounds nice, and I agree with everything you've just said right there. I have almost a similar score as to yours. Give me the Bucs over the Browns by a score of 30-20.
30-20. All right. Next up, it is the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is in Jacksonville. Baltimore is a 4-point favorite. The referee for this game is Land Clark. His name is Land, and the announcers are Andrew Catalan and James Lofton. Who do you got in this one? Ravens and Jaguars.
This is almost a mismatch right here. I still trust the Baltimore defense. Jacksonville is just still kind of shaky, even though they have a talented quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. I gotta give it to the Ravens on this one. So give me Baltimore by a score of 27-13.
Yeah, the Jaguars are coming off their bye with a tough home game against the Ravens. Baltimore defense has come alive in recent weeks and will present a real challenge for one Trevor Lawrence. Lamar Jackson and the offense have to pick it up. This is going to be a very, very close game, so much so that this is my point spread game of the week. Yes, it is.
Nice.
I'm going to go with the Ravens to beat the Jaguars by a final of 21-20. Yes, sir.
Wow.
All right, now we're getting into the 4 o'clock games. And we will start with this one as it is the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. This game is in Seattle. Seattle is a 3.5-point favorite. Brad Allen as the referee, and Greg Gumbel and Adam Archuleta are on the call for this one. So the Seahawks coming off their bye. while the Raiders are playing a second straight road game, which is a bad combination, if you're asking me. The Raiders have major issues on defense, which will show up against a good Seattle offense. So I'm going to go with Geno Smith, the surefire bet to win comeback player of the year. Give me Geno Smith and the Seahawks to beat the Raiders 31-24.
And with everything that you just said, I too will take the Seahawks at this one. Seahawks 24, Raiders 17.
All right. Next up, it is the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. This game is in San Francisco. Sean Hockley is the referee for this game. And the announcers are Kevin Kugler and Mark Dirty Butt Fumble Sanchez, which, by the way, Butt Fumble 10 years ago yesterday. Who you got in this
Well,
one?
the anniversary.
Who you got in this one? Saints and 49ers.
Saints and Niners here. Niners coming off that big victory Monday night in Mexico City. I say they still got the mojo going. New Orleans, they have just lost their identity. Give me the Niners over the Saints 31-21.
Lost their identity. Interesting. Even though they beat the Rams, the reigning defending undisputed Super Bowl champions last week. To each their own. The 49ers are coming off an impressive victory over the Cardinals in Viva la Mexico this past Monday. They will be rolling. They will look to be rolling with all their weapons on offense. The Saints beat the Rams last week with Andy Dalton playing pretty well. And I think they will hang around in this one, in this game, as the 49ers are on a short week. It's going to be closer than expected, but at the end of the day, I'm going to roll with the 49ers as well. Give me San Francisco to beat the New Orleans Saints 24-20. All right.
Alrighty.
Next up, it is the Los Angeles Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. This game is in Arizona. The Chargers are 4.5-point favorites. The referee for this game is Ron Torbert, and the announcers are Kevin Harlan and Trent Green.
Okay.
Now go Chargers.
I think Arizona is. Yeah, I have to say that here in this game. I think Arizona is kind of on the same line as New Orleans. They're starting to lose their identity here. Just maybe a little banged up, but they still got the talent, and I think they could pull it out. So give me the Chargers by a score of 28-21.
All right. Cardinals looked awful in losing to the 49ers in Mexico, and now play with their playoff hopes basically on the line at this point. The Chargers are coming off of a loss to the Chiefs, but they showed some life in that game on offense. And that continues here, as I think Justin Herbert will have a big day against that sus Cardinals defense. Give me the Chargers to beat the Cardinals 30-20.
And now go Chargers, go.
And
I'm
Lucas
back.
is back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It was longer than I expected it to be.
Hey.
Trying to get everything ready. So, Dashy, I'm only going to do 2 challenges tonight. I'm going to do the other one tomorrow. It's way too late for me to do push-ups. I'll do them in the morning.
Okay.
And do another response video. The Dashy, here you go. Pepsi Zero Sugar. And here on the table, blazing wings with sauce.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to do the blazing wings.
Oh, he's got the wings.
Yeah, I got the blazing wings with sauce, so I'm gonna go. It's no time limit, which is good. So then I can just go ahead and get started.
Wing time.
Well, the thing is, me and Dash just agreed to details. No time limit for the blazing wings challenge. Just have to do do all of them you can. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And just telling you guys, what are your guys' pick? Like, what did you guys pick while I was gone?
All right, so we left off. We did the Broncos and the Panthers. Now we're going the Bears and the Jets.
Bears and Jets. Okay.
Talking with mouthful.
And Bears and Jets are 6-point favorites.
The Jets are 4.5.
Really? Hold on. Let me make sure.
Oh, you gotta make sure. Damn it! I was having such a good night. Was going with the.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going.
Well, they are 6-point favorites.
I'm going to step away for a few minutes while LC. Tell you what, while LC recaps, I'm going to step away for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay, Dash. Okay, time, Tim.
All right, Tim. Don't rub your eyes, dude.
I'm not.
Don't rub your eyes, dude. All right, Jets and the Bears.
Who's the Bears starting quarterback now that he's not playing?
Zach Wilson is benched, so he's getting benched for Mike White, and it's Trevor Siemian. Yeah. Trevor Siemian's getting the start in Chicago with Justin.
Oh, okay. Wow, Trevor Siemian. I'm actually surprised that Trevor Siemian is going to be starting. Jets defense has been playing pretty well lately. The reason why the Jets lost was because of offense incompetence, and realistically, I don't know how Trevor Siemian's going to be in that Bears offense. Maybe they might be able to do something, but I guarantee more likely it won't be. It'll be a defensive struggle. Give me the Jets win. Final score, I'll say 24-17.
All right. Next up, the Falcons and the Commies.
Oh, God. Falcons and Commies, jeez.
Commies are 4-point favorites.
Commies are 4.5.
Oh.
Falcons, I know, you're upset.
Damn it.
But not as upset as I am eating these fucking wings.
To each their own, I guess.
That's my third one down. Falcons, Commanders. Commanders have been playing lights out lately. They had a little bit of they had a big win against Houston, dominating for most of the game last week. They get a Falcons team who realistically is insanely inconsistent. They did beat Chicago, but realistically both those starters aren't that good. Commanders defense shows up here, especially with Chase Young starts this game. I think he could be activated this game. Not 100% sure yet, but give me the Commanders. Still a much better team, especially at home. Final score, Commanders. 27-21. Give me Commanders.
All right. Tampa Bay and Cleveland.
Oh shit.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, man, I thought I missed
Tampa
it.
Bay and Cleveland?
Yes.
Okay. I know it's in Cleveland, right?
It is. And from what I'm seeing right here, the Bucks are 3.5-point favorites.
You're correct.
Thank you. Yes.
So you got that one right. 4 now.
Okay.
4 down. Buccaneers and Browns. Browns aren't that bad of a team. Like they have saved some key pieces on team, like some key pieces on the team that held it together. But realistically, tough to see this team go anywhere, especially with the Bucs getting the bye, coming off the bye. Fuck. The Browns, I think they could try their best to get this game against the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, which offense is really going to show up here? I think the Bucs offense off the bye is going to be a little bit more healthy than the Browns are right now. So give me the Buccaneers. And I think this is the last game before Deshaun Watson comes back.
Yes, it is.
So I'm going to take Tampa. I think this game will be closer than people think, but I think I'm going to pick Tampa here on the road. Final 31-30.
Okay.
Give me the Bucks.
All right. How about the Ravens and Jaguars from Jacksonville?
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Jaguars are 4-point underdogs. Ravens are favored by 4.
Correct. You're correct on that one. Oh, fuck. All right, that's 5. 5 down, 7 left.
Land Clark is the referee.
Okay. Jesus, these are hot. I did not expect these to be as hot as they used to. They were. They're hot. Ravens are only. I'm surprised it's only a 4-point spread. The Ravens realistically have not shown to me that they've been really all that good. They played horribly against Carolina, only scoring 13 points on offense. Oh, fuck. And the Jaguars aren't much better. They're coming off a bye week, though, after getting crushed by Kansas City. That is crazy to think about.
Is it Jimmy Garoppolo hot?
No, I'm not into the guys.
I think he's talking about the flavor.
They've only beaten the Jaguars 3 times in Jacksonville in the regular season. That's a good point. But Jaguars off a bye will probably give Baltimore a good run for their money. And I think Doug Peterson does have a good game plan for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, especially after what the Panthers did last week. But I'm going to take the Ravens here. I think that they're going to be I think this game will be closer than people think it is, but I'll take the Ravens 27-23 over the Jaguars.
All right.
Right at the point spread. Right. It's not my point spread game of the week, but right at it.
There you go. Raiders and Seahawks from Seattle. Seahawks 3.5-point favorites.
Yes.
Brad Allen's referee.
Right on. Raiders barely beat the Broncos last week. Seahawks are. Who did the Seahawks play? Oh, they played in London.
They're on a bye week.
The London game.
They're on a bye week.
They did come off the bye. That's right. Both Tampa and Seattle had a bye. So the Seahawks usually are really good, especially against the Raiders. The Raiders really have improved to me on offense. They're that good consistently. This will be an interesting game, and I can see a lot of scoring in this game. This will be a high-scoring game. But I'm going to go Seattle. I just can't pick the Raiders right now. They're too bad on defense.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels was the wrong hire for that team, and I really don't see them getting any better. I think they're going to lose this West matchup, interconference matchup, so it's out of conference. So Seahawks. 41-38. Screw it.
Oh, high scoring game. Nice. All right. Chargers Cardinals from Arizona.
Oh, God.
4.5-point favorites are the Chargers.
I actually went down to 3.
Okay.
Where's coin flip? I haven't given one yet.
Oh, you're doing a coin flip?
No, I haven't done one yet.
No, you haven't. You haven't done your upset of it either.
Nah. Hold on. Fuck.
He's all over the place. He didn't win.
Fuck. I don't know where my point flip's going to be this week. Chargers and Cardinals. Good God. Chargers have a whole mess of injuries. I don't know who the hell is going to be on offense for that game. Same with the Cardinals.
Right.
Who the hell is going to be on offense? If Kyler Murray, he hasn't won since Modern Warfare came out.
That's what I've been trying to say. That's what I've been saying for weeks now. Because they haven't won since Call of Duty came out.
And I think that trend continues here. Give me go Chargers, go. Justin Herbert and the Chargers get back on track after losing to the Chiefs. Final of 30-17. 22-17. Give me.
And now go Chargers, go.
That's right. And then the last
You,
one.
Arnie.
Last one is Saints and 49ers from San Francisco.
What's the spread for that?
9.
Let me see.
9 for the 49ers.
I think it went to 9.5. It did go to 9.5.
Oh, it went up, traded up a little bit.
It's clear on my sciences, that's for sure.
You are a glutton for punishment, my man.
Yes, I am. 49ers and Saints. Saints are lost on offense. They barely beat a Rams team without Matt Stafford.
Barely. Yeah, they did.
Niners look more complete on offense and on defense. They dominated the Cardinals, and I expect them to dominate here. Give me the Niners by at least 20.
Ooh.
I'll say 41-21. Give me the Niners.
All right. Now we're up to speed.
Thank God.
Next game on the list. It is the Los Angeles Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is in Kansas City.
All right.
You remember this game a few years ago? It was lights out. It was one of the best matches of the year. This year,
No.
could be.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Ooh, banana. Kansas City is, from what I'm seeing right here, 14.5-point favorites.
Make it 15.5.
15.5-point favorites.
Yep.
Wow.
This game is in Kansas City. Adrian Hill is the referee. And we have on the call Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson. They're getting 2 games this week.
Ugh.
So I guess I'll go first in this one if you all
go
don't
ahead.
mind. The Rams, let's just be honest, they're an absolute mess. I haven't seen a hangover like this since my 21st birthday. My God. While the Chiefs are riding high. The Rams have health issues and probably won't have Matt Stafford. He's probably going to be out, so it's going to be what was it, Bryce Perkins last week? Either him or John Walford, and that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem because the Chiefs have this guy. You might have heard of him. His name is Patrick Mahomes. He's an absolute stud, if you're asking me. And he will carve that Rams defense up. Not my lock of the week because I used that for the Dolphins, but this is going to be a blowout nonetheless. Chiefs over the Rams, 37-13. Tim, who you got? Oh, wait, hold on. Lucas, are you locking this in?
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
Yeah, it's easy to chug your water.
52-7.
Ooh,
Give me this
52-7.
cheap easily.
Holy cow.
One left.
Well,
One more.
oh yeah. Well,
Got this.
I mean, if you gotta throw at someone else other than Cooper Kupp, but I mean, Kansas City, they have the best quarterback in the NFL. They have the best tight end in the NFL. The receivers are pretty darn good. Backs okay. Defense pretty strong. And give me the Chiefs over the Rams, 37-28.
He is in pain.
Dashi, challenge is done. That's the first part.
He is in pain.
Oh, he's almost dying over there.
He is in pain. And we are laughing. Okay. Sunday night. NBC, check your local listings. It is the Green Bay Mother-loving Packers against the Philadelphia Checkers. This game is in Philadelphia. Philly is a 7-point favorites. I'm going to roll with it. Shut up. Sean Smith is the referee, and the announcers Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth. Tim, who you got? Sunday night.
Well, Sunday night game. This is going to be a very interesting one. You got the hottest team in the league versus a team that once was hot, but they're starting to really cool. Green Bay is going to make it interesting, but I believe that it's going to be those filthy Philadelphia chickens that come out on top again, still hold that number one seed in the NFC. So give me filthy Philadelphia over Green Bay 28-23. Fly, chickens, fly.
You know what that means, though? You know what that means, though, right?
Right.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Very
Every
true.
time.
Very true.
Every time. Every single time. Okay. So, the Packers' playoff chances are barely alive. But this is a real challenge to try and keep them alive. Aaron Rodgers, that bad man, did not play well at all last week. But I think he plays better here. The Eagles have not looked great in the past two games. The Eagles haven't looked good in the past two games. The Packers will keep it close. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with the hot hand, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles to get the win over the Green Bay Packers. Give me the Eagles to beat the Packers. Final score 26-21. And you know what that means?
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Yeah. Last but not least, who you got, Lucas?
Yep.
The Eagles are better than the Eagles, huh? Well, I haven't looked at the past few weeks.
Oh.
They look pretty pedestrian, but
That's what I think.
fuck. The Packers haven't impressed me all either. Realistically, they looked awful against the Titans, and I'm just lost of who to take here, realistically. So, Dashing is time. Hold on. I gotta get
Uh-oh. I believe this is his. This is his coin flip of the game. This is his coin flip game.
Could be.
Interesting. Let's see what heads and tails. Doesn't have to be a specific coin. It just be like a quarter,
Right.
like a dime, maybe a $50.
my coin flip game of the week.
There we go.
This is definitely Eagle. Eagle.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. Wait, shit, I dropped it.
I dropped it.
Baba Booey.
Eagles. Give me
There
the
we
Eagles
go.
final score 30-24. Say it, John.
The
Hey, John.
Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Every time.
Ah, yes,
Love
sir.
it.
Right.
Last but not least, on Monday night, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the don't rub your eye.
No, I already washed my hands.
Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. This game is in Indianapolis. The Colts are 2.5-point favorites.
You're right.
The referee is Bill Vinovich.
Bill Vinovich. Oh, boy.
And the announcers are, you know who it is, Beavis and Butthead, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck.
Save me for last.
You know the rules. Save Lucas for last. Tim, who you got in this one? Steelers and Colts.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and lead off on this one. I think the Colts are really starting to get back into the groove of things. Jonathan Taylor, I think, is feeling a little bit better. Steelers, I'm sorry to say they're still struggling. And I hate to say this, hate to break your heart, LC, my brother, but I got the Colts winning this one 27-23.
Ho.
Euphoria.
All right.
Sorry.
Colts. Yes, I know. The Colts looked to be on their way to going 2-0 last week under Jeff Saturday, but they blew a lead against the Eagles late. Steelers hung around against the Bengals with Kenny Pickett doing better at quarterback. Steelers defense is much better with TJ Watt back, and I think that will be the difference here. I'm actually going to pick the Steelers to beat the Colts. And the final score I have is 20-19. Steelers wave the towels. Yeah, that. And boom.
Too good work. Yeah, hi, it's me. Steelers and Colts. So it's a little bit of my preview. Fuck. I'll do more on my preview later on, but
He is in pain.
still trying to recover from eating those blazing wings, which absolutely they made it harder than the last time I had the blazing wings. Definitely hotter.
When's the last time you had them?
6 years ago.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, so been a while. At least I needed to eat something, but anyways, Steelers and Colts. The Colts do have an impressive defense, and that's what's been keeping them in games. The offense has had a little bit of resurgence with Matt Ryan, but man, oh man, they always look like a better team with TJ Watt in it. Oh, okay. So the Steelers look a lot better with TJ Watt in, realistically. Minka Fitzpatrick definitely helped out a bit, but still, I think the Bengals are just too good on offense. The Colts offense is nowhere near as talented. They don't have nearly the receiving core the Bengals do or the depth. Jonathan Taylor could be a problem, but realistically, I think our run defense should be able to hold him to the ground. And overall, I just think that the Steelers will have the more talented team I think they need to get the win here. But the Steelers realistically are really good against the Colts.
Yep.
I think the last time the Colts beat us was one day of Peyton Manning.
2008, I think. 2009.
I think it was 2009, the last time when they beat the Steelers. So that's the last two times they beat was when Peyton Manning was there. Yeah, give me the Steelers in this one. I think the Steelers are my Alex. Sound the alarm.
I knew it. I knew it.
Steelers are my upset pick of the week.
I knew it.
Very simply put, I think this is the best chance of an upset here. Steelers get the job done over the Colts. Usually because the Steelers dominate the Colts. And Matt Ryan was also 0-3 against the Steelers.
Yes.
Final score, Steelers 27, Colts 17. Give me the Steelers in this one.
And there we go.
There we go.
That is it for week number 12.
I have one more challenge to do before we go.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He's got another challenge?
Mm-hmm. 3 of them. I beat one of them. This is my second one.
Oh.
Third one I'll do tomorrow. Or some sort of my Steelers Colts prediction. But I just have to chug this one's much more simpler. No hot food this time. Just a chug of this Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's all I have to do.
Oh.
Much more simpler.
Zero sugar.
This is what Dashy wanted. He requested it, so.
Okay. Give the people what they want.
Dashi, here's the last part for tonight. The rest will be done tomorrow. The push-ups will be done tomorrow. Cheers.
Oh,
Come on.
for fuck's sake.
Excuse me.
He's got it. He's got it. Nope.
Ew.
Look,
Yeah.
you just ate wings. Okay. And there we go. Okay.
Excuse me.
All right.
Oh, good
Excuse
Lord.
me.
God,
So much gas.
God damn, dude.
All that fucking shit building my goddamn stomach. Whew.
Anyways, that
Anyways,
is it for week number 12. Thank you guys so much for joining. Lucas,
very
you
welcome.
are in pain. So get
I
some
am.
sleep. Eat
Dash,
some turkey tomorrow.
That payment's done. Most of them done.
Eat some turkey tomorrow. Enjoy your family. Watch some football.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself. Check him out, LC Muscles 28 on YouTube. Check out Tiny Tim and the Fantasy Football Fever Tuesday Spectacular.
That's right. That's right. Fantasy Football Fever Tuesdays, 10:15 p.m. Eastern, 15 p.m. Central. JM3774. That's my YouTube channel.
And of course, APizzle90. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Links for those are in the description. First link is for the Discord. Join the Discord. It is a super happy, fun time. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Stream this week. I might do one for Sunday night. Might do one for Monday night. Who knows? But I'm not going to be doing the Dolphins and the Texans game because I will be at Hard Rock Stadium seeing that game live and in living color. So,
There you go.
with all that being said, for Tiny Tim, for LC Muscles 28, Dave Pistol 90 saying peace out, fins up. Baby! See you guys next week.
Let's go Steelers. Get the win. Oh, yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. See you next week.